What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Clash with M. Hammer Jam for this year might be way sooner than we thought, so let's take a look at it because we need to prepare and we need to prepare now. Don't miss out. I'll explain everything, but let's get started. Quick context, this is not my content at all. Huge shout out to Terminator because he did all the math, so we're gonna look at his post and kind of deep dive into what we know. As you guys can see right here, we have a post from the official Clash of Clans subreddit posted by Terminator, again, big shout out, saying that he knows the exact date and time of Hammer Jam and Town Hall 18 with proof. So I got really interested, obviously. So this is what we see. If you look at the brand new scenery with this clock, you'll see that there's two clocks. There's 1 and 2. In the new scenery, you can see it. You don't really think much of it. However, if you look, it's got an 11 and a 2, which this is going to be November 2nd, which is also the last day of Worlds, if you didn't know. And then in the stars up here in the top left, we have a hammer, which is obviously resorting to Hammer Jam. This is saying here that 11/2 is going to be the last date of Worlds. Obviously, it's a big peak for the Clash of Clans community. They're going to be done with everything. There's not going to be any esports going on. It's going to be nice. Why this is important is because Hammer Jam is a 2-week event, meaning it would end, obviously if it started on the 2nd, it would end on the 16th, which is the end of the Crafted Defense season. So that would give basically players a chance to continue with the crafted stuff, which is a perfect time for update maintenance. Obviously this is huge because originally we thought that Hammer Jam was going to be end of November, maybe even December, but now it's looking like it's going to be way sooner. So I have some quick tips to prepare, stuff that I'm doing, stuff that you should do, because we only have a week left with speculation. I guarantee it's going to happen, but let's prepare. First of all, historically, Hammer Jam is a 14-day event, as I mentioned earlier, meaning you're going to have 2 weeks basically to improve your base, which is going to be obviously to prep for Town Hall 18 because they typically do it around a Town Hall release. So you're new just basically means 50% reduction on everything. That's going to be your troops, your heroes, your buildings, your walls. Everything is cut in half in terms of cost. Your collectors are going to work at 3 times the normal speed by default, and your storages are going to work at basically 3 times more space to compensate for having more loot. This week, what you're going to want to do to prepare for Hammer Jam is you're going to want to stack up on as many potions as you can, stop upgrading your walls, and push into higher leagues so you can get a better bonus in terms of loot, because you're going to want more resources while this Hammer Jam is going on so you can compensate for having faster upgrade times. Now you might be asking, why potions? What potions? You're going to want to stack up on builder potions, resource potions, and pet potions. The last two are obviously up to your discretion, but I think they're really good because there's only going to be 3 things you're going to be working on. It's going to be your heroes, your pets, and your buildings and resources, which you're going to need more loot for that anyways. So there is quite a few ways to get these potions. It could be raid medals, it could be clan war league medals, it could be gems, it could be a whole bunch of other things, including temporary things like clan games and the Cosmic Rewind event. So we're going to deep dive into how to get all of these potions and get them to the max ability because you're going to want them. This is 2 weeks that you don't want to slack. You want to really be on your A game and focus on your base. Now, the reason I say stop upgrading your walls is because that is something that does not take time. While your builders are working at half the speed, you're also going to want to be dropping loot into something that doesn't require a builder. So your walls are a perfect way to drop loot and to get half the cost. So during Hammer Jam, that's when you're going to want to focus on your walls. Up until that point, just don't do your walls. Just take the week off, don't do your walls. And once it hits Hammer Jam, that's when you start to do your walls if you have builders available. So I would always keep one builder open to do walls. And I just say that as a common thing. Everybody's favorite and obviously the most important is the builder potion, because as everything's 50% off, you're going to have a lot more room to drop upgrades. So this builder potion will push along your builders so you can be able to upgrade more stuff at the same time. And currently there's 4 ways you can get this builder potion, so let's go through them. The most important one to remember right now is the clan games, because in the 5th tier there is a 2 builder potion tier. You're going to want to steal it. The other 2 aren't worth it. Make sure you grab this one for clan games. Next is going to be obviously your Clan War League medals. You can get a builder potion for 30 medals. If you have them available, great. If not, that really sucks. Make sure you save up during this Clan War League season so you can be able to do them. Every week in the shop, you can get a builder potion for 285 gems 3 times. So that means you can get up to 3 potions per week just by using your gems. And finally, in the Cosmic Rock event, you can actually get builder potions for 590 of your little discs. You can get up to 7 of them, which is great if you haven't used your stuff already. If you have, and you're not a free-to-play player, there is pretty good deals right now on the actual discs themselves, so you can get a pretty good amount of potions, or just have them ready available to use when you drop those potions. So pretty good. Moving on to the not so important but also pretty important resource potions. I think these are great because your collectors are already going to be working at 3 times their normal speed, so adding a potion onto that is going to significantly increase your loot intake, which is great. There is also 4 ways to get the resource potions, so let's go through them. The cheapest way is definitely Clan War League medals. With only 5 medals you can get a resource potion. This just bases off your town hall storage, so if you have 5 you can't buy any, but if you just constantly use those, it will stack up and you can use as many as you want. Like the builder potion, you can use gems. It's going to be 60 gems for a resource potion. 3 of them is your max limit for a week, so definitely stack up on those if you need them. And unlike builder potions, you can actually get resource potions in the raid shop. It's going to be 115 for 1 potion. You can get up to 3. And then finally, do not be sleeping on this Cosmic Rock event, because in here you can actually get resource potions for 115 little discs, and you can get up to 6 of them, which is huge. Last but not least, it's going to be the pet potion. Everybody sleeps on the pet potion, but there is a lot of pets to upgrade, especially the higher town halls you get, so I would not be sleeping on pets during Hammer Jam. But there's 2 ways to get those. First is going to be in the shop, obviously with gems. As you can see, you can get it for 120 gems, and you can get 3 of them, just as we normally seen. And the other way is the temporary Cosmic Rock event. You can get pet potions for pretty cheap. It's sitting around 250. Obviously, if you're not a free-to-play player, you can get a lot of these resources in the Cosmic Rock event. If you are a free-to-play, it's going to be pretty difficult unless you haven't spent any of your little discs. So now that we've done all the preparation for before Hammer Jam, let's say Hammer Jam's hit, it's November 2nd, and now it's time to move. So here's what you're going to want to do. Do not slack on your potions. If you have potions, keep using them. Don't miss them, don't forget about them. Make sure you're using all your potions and you're using them correctly. If you have time boost potions like the builder one, don't use it when you have no builders working. Use it when all your builders are working so you can get the maximum amount you need. So if all of your builders are working, that's probably a good time to use it, assuming you're going to be available to drop more upgrades if you need it. Watch your builders, set timers, and have the loot ready. If you have 1 hour on a building, make sure you have enough resources to be able to put those resources on another building. Don't have 0 loot at all times, because otherwise there's no point in having a time reduction if you can't keep rotating your builders. I would boost your collectors early, because then you can have additional resources for when your builders go down and you need to keep re-upping them. Not mandatory, but my personal favorite is to have long and short-term upgrades, because sometimes it's nice to have an opening revolving door builders, so not all your builders are stuck on the same time. Like, let's say all your builders are on a 6-day upgrade. It's going to really suck in the middle of Hammer Jam when you can't use those builders because everything's stuck on that one time. If you have walls available, I would have a builder set aside just to do walls, because since there's so much loot available in the game during that time, you're going to have a lot of good raids, and it's going to be nice to have somewhere to put the loot that you're getting on walls. So having an additional builder free, not being put on any upgrades, is so nice, because then you can start to drop all of your extra loot on those walls and get them done way quicker. Join a good clan for raid weekend. If you don't have a good clan that has like a capital 9 or 10, I would suggest joining it, at least for the time being, because it would be really good to get those additional raid medals to get the resource potions and such. Ensure all of your builder types are working. That's going to be your lab, the builders, and the pets. Make sure you're not missing out on the lab and the pets, because builders are easy to look at, but sometimes we forget about our laboratory and our pets. Make sure you keep an eye on those and make sure that they're working. Use your helpers. Use your helpers for stuff like this, because it's going to help a ton if they're working and the potions are working and the boosts are working. And finally, for the love of all that's holy, if you're serious about Hammer Jam and want to get the best deals, turn on your notifications for everything. If you don't know how to do that, go to the little settings icon, click more settings, scroll down to where it says notifications, and then turn on your resources, your upgrades, all the type of stuff, because it will actually ping your phone or tablet or whatever and tell you when stuff is done, just in case you forget to set a timer. Super awesome, super important. Also, if you have an Android or iOS, make sure you go into your phone settings and turn on your push notifications to keep that on, because it'll help you a ton just to remind you, oh hey, I have a builder available. If you're not a free-to-play player, during Hammer Jam, they usually drop some pretty good deals in the offers section. Watch for those. Not mandatory, obviously, because it does spend money, but they usually have some pretty good deals in terms of books, builders, stuff like that. So keep an eye out. Might be good. Thank you guys so much for watching. With Hammer Jam right around the corner, I truly hope that you found some good, helpful information and that you guys are ready and prepared. And if not, hope you get there. That being said, please like, share, subscribe, and happy clashing. 1 week to go. Love you guys.